Good work, human. I still have a job to do. I'll remain and direct any... There's nothing here for you, human. Though it is always good to see you.
There you... We'll leave...
The reports say Mr. House's robot is now here. Keep an eye on Veronica here. She's a show.
Greetings, my friend. Yes, we've already started Now then, it is... I'm afraid a formal ceremony was out of the question, given our current state. But I hope that... I had the Knights refurbish a suit of our power armor for your use. It's one of the earlier... First, let's go over how... There. I've also given the order that all of our equipment be... You're a member of the Brother... Lastly, you will be allowed to come and go. I just ask that you keep the Brotherhood's interests in...
As much as I'm sick of Taggart's VR sims, I have to admit we wouldn't be combat ready without...
Is the NCR really still hunting it?
Why is it so important that we research night vision?
What's up? Why does everyone... Nice! Can I order room service?
Looking to join this caravan. Earning my keep. Jed hired me. The work suits me. Grew up in New Reno. Then I wound up wasting the prime of my life playing sheriff in You ask me? Best... Imagine New Vegas if there was no Town's run by a bunch of crime families. The scuzz factor's off the charts. Non-stop whoring and drugs. Couldn't walk down the street without getting asked to star in a porn movie. So I got my ass out. Place lived up to its name. When you got fresh water and a trickle of geothermic. Spent more years and took more bullets than I care to admit. If it wasn't the 80s or the white... Got tired of shooting the folks I was... What's the difference? Bunch of them swept into town and dragged off 2 working girls. By the time we caught up with the girls... Made it back to Caliente without further... If the 80s had wanted to kill us... Used to be they raided northeast of Caliente time to time. But soon enough, the Whitelegs were swarming all over that stretch of... Eventually, the Whitelegs destroyed the bridges across the Virgin...
The honcho of one of them strip families got killed right in his own casino.
The honcho of one of them strip families got killed right in his own...
Hey, little lady. You want to know what... I'm one of a kind. And when it's time to kill something or someone, make them a... In fact... how you think? Why, but I didn't panic. Because I... No, you heard me right. Death jaws. They're like death claws. But... Or there was the time one of them Steel Brotherhood assholes made the mistake of messing... What's it sound like I'm saying? If I was saying what you said I was saying, I was walking along, minding my own, so I hand it over. Just to make him think I'm scared. Before he knows what hit him, I draw my 11mm machine gun and bam! Bam! Right... Then I guess this dumb fucker's armor must have been D-series or something. All I know is... Well, I grew up near... I'll drop trout for you out on the trail after... Hey! That's... Man, what a bitch! Hey! Fuck you! God damn it! I didn't say nothing about using Psycho. But, just... Fixer. Never said I wanted to kick the habit. Guess I can use it when I run out of the good... That much for a dose? Fucking robbery! Alright, here's your... Alright, 3 hits. Like that's gonna hold me. Nice job, Eagle Eye. Of course I got a pit boy and a vault suit. So what? Where the fuck you think? Oh, you've been to Vault 2 huh? I may have been exaggerating a little. Guy was dead when I found him, okay? Had a ton of shit. Sorry. The shit I do... Basically, it makes me badass. Jed says it's got maps and shit like that. Huh? Of course I noticed. Me? I'm so used to wearing my... Bullshit! Ain't nothing wrong with my pit boy. I mean, Pip-Boy. Look, this is a sweet gig for me. Don't... I travel light on purpose, okay? But fine, I'll tell Jet I'm carrying less so you can carry more. Yeah.
Casino. You know he pissed off the wrong guy.
Howdy, friend. The job is simple. Help us get this caravan into Zion. You'll get a bonus if we make it into... one... Just don't. It makes the... Don't talk about the burn man either. We're a smaller company out of Sacktown, up in the northern part of the... Had a nice run to Salt Lake City too, but you ain't wrong. Losing the Salt Lake City run really stung us. If we can't re-establish contact with this... Without New Canaan's mission in Zion, the only... The highway's too risky. NCR's rangers are so... Ogden's just too far. We'd lose... Don't know much about the place, but I can tell you about the people. They control the old city of Ogden, a ways north of Zion, and they got themselves a nice... They trade a fair bit with the tribes in Zion. Well, I ain't a praying man myself. They paid for their goods and dealt square with us. But don't think that just because they're religious, that they're pacifists. They take care of their own. Nope. Hence this caravan. If we don't make... Well, I ain't never been inside myself. Did some trading. All the old ways in and out were destroyed after the war. But we got ourselves... That's why I wanted someone with a Pip-Boy on the caravan. Well, it ain't good. You got raiders all over the damn place. Not too many decent places. They're about what you'd expect. The worst of the 80s. That's right. The folks that lived in Zion before the war, they didn't just get a little savage. They're downright. Most of them don't even speak English anymore. You got to get... The ones you really gotta watch out for are the whitelegs. Dangerous enough we won't be going near them if we could... Are you now? I don't want no whining about old Mr. Masterson. I left my one-of-a-kind plasma cannon back at base. Can we go back? You ain't never been to Zion, have you? We'll be... A big pack will get you wedged in like a super mutant crawling through a storm. You sure about that this time? Well, all right then. The paths we're following are slow going, so you might as well keep your ears open and listen to what old Jed has to say. A few decades back, folks in the NCR started to hear about a community in northern Utah called New Canaan. Didn't know much about them, except that they were religious folks, sent out missionaries to talk to the tribes. We've seen our share of cults, but the New Canaanites, they were honest traders. Good fighters, too. Raiders wouldn't tangle with them. But then, the Legion appeared in Arizona. I reckon you know all about them. Turns out Caesar's first war chief, the Malpace Legate, was a New Canaanite, Joshua Graham. Legend goes that Graham was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole damn Legion. The New Canaanites wouldn't talk about him. They were ashamed. Guess I can't blame them. Well, at Hoover Dam, the Malpace Legate finally met his match. Hanlon and Oliver kicked his New Canaanite butt right back over the river. Caesar had to make an example for the others, to show them that even at the highest level, failure wouldn't be tolerated. He had Graham covered in pitch, lit on fire, and thrown into the Grand Canyon. People say he didn't even scream on the way down. Not long after, some of the slaves and tribals started to talk. Said Graham wasn't dead. Shouldn't have been any surprise. All this talk bothered Caesar, so he forbade anyone from speaking his name. Wanted to erase Joshua Graham from history. He got his wish. Joshua Graham disappeared, and in his place came legends of the burned man walking the wastes. Probably just a tribal ghost story. But New Canaan's been silent for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe the Malpace Legate is dead. Or maybe Joshua Graham did crawl out of that canyon and finally found his way back home. All right, people. Been a long couple of weeks, but here we are, Zion. I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired, but I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead.
Ain't the trail ahead worries me, Jed. Those descents we made through that slot canyon back up there. Ain't no way we're getting back out the way we come. And then what?
God damn it, Stella heard you the first time. And the 15th, too. The New Canaanites will know a way, and if they don't, we've got the maps on our friend's Pip-Boy over there. Enough lollygagging. Get moving, and keep an eye out for tribals.
Sorry to bother you with reality, old Jed. Who cares if we can't get back out the way we come? That's not a problem.
Fuck off, I'm busy.
Leave me be. Busy.
Could swear I heard something up ahead. God damn it, ambush! Cover people! Watch yourself!
Hoy, Whitelegs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky lad. You came from outside, didn't you? From Joshua Graham. He leads our tribe. Thanks to him, he'll want to talk to anyone coming up from Southways. Good sists. We head east then. Joshua is at... What can I tell you? Mostly it's the mountain bighorners. Whole herd of them up on the cliffs there. Usually they're not too aggressive. My guess is one of the calves got lost. If that calf doesn't turn up soon... Yeah? Hey, thanks. Just one thing. Try not to kill any big... You might try luring the baby out with some banana yucca. These bighorners go crazy for the stuff. That's great. What can I tell you? Whitelegs. Nasty bunch. They've been raiding... That's what Joshua said. Whitelegs came down from Great Salt Lake in force. Fell on New Canaan before they could mount a defense. Joshua found some of the survivors led by a man named Daniel. Most of them have fled the valley. But Daniel stayed on with the Sorrows tribe. That's the weird part. Normally, the Whitelegs... Our advanced scouts leave chalk signs to mark places rich with game. I'm not a full scout yet. Dead horses mark ourselves to come. We came up in the land of the dead horse. We raided. We fought. We lost. When Joshua first came to us, Then he lost his master's army to a tribe called NCR, the Sunset People. When he returned, he led us away from Caesar. If it wasn't for Joshua, he taught us how to hold our territory, to... Little bit. I met some of their... We decorate our clubs with them to honor Joshua Graham. They were the weapons of his old tribe. Can't say they seemed that dangerous to me. Only a little. I was very young. He was... When he came back, I almost didn't Well, because they're our enemy. He's been the chief of our tribe. You see his face? I don't know. He doesn't talk about it much. Maybe. Ha! Really? That's... Now you sound like Joshua. He always tells me the tribal life... Hold up. See that log over there? Take a closer look. There might be some good stuff tucked in there. We follow this path for a while. Nice view of the river. What can I tell you? Please. Don't. Whew. That was some kind of lucky. Guess that one was all full of gecko, eh? Don't get used to it, though. Yaoguai are plenty mean as a rule. You can take the path north here if you want, or head east over the ridge. There's a nice view from the top of that cliff, if you want to look. some kind of view up here, eh? If you know how to look, you can spot all kinds of landmarks from up here. Look, I'll show you. What can I tell you? Like the shadow of a ghost. You see the dead sentries? Shamans say our enemies' souls are trapped in them. But Joshua says it shows we're serious about fighting Whitelegs. See those handprints? Dead horses and sorrows mark them on taboo places. Places from back when. Good thing for you, I don't buy into that stuff. Down this path to the north. Hope you don't mind getting wet. Against other tribes. Lots more of them since Joshua came to us. nearly there now. Watch out for traps in the water. Got to keep the white legs out somehow, eh? Here we are. Joshua's just ahead there, in the Angel Cave.
Hoi. Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham? You know our tongue. Smart, Auslander. Joshua in high place. You wise for.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitor. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting. I don't know if you were close to the other members of you. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work. The dead horses are capable scouts. Nothing passes into or out of Zion without my hearing of it. Happy trails. I have bad news for your employers. The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other new Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that you're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord. But it's good. Daniel and I need Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them. The sorrows believe in a spirit that lives in the caves. They put special marks around the cave entrances to keep people out. It doesn't work on the Whitelegs, of course. But the dead horses are spooked. Thank you. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough. Welcome back. Caesar would never admit this openly, but he knows that I'm alive. I've heard one of them travels the Mojave as a courier. Most of... I am a new Canaanite. We believe we are the heirs of a spiritual tradition. We have made and kept covenants with our Lord God. A day will come when our... That's why we trade with others and work the tribes. We have more than food and medicine to offer. In a world filled with misery and uncertainty, every day we move closer to our... For many of us, the road is... every day. In the Great Basin and Colorado Plateau, all Whitelegs are known for their big submachine guns, storm drums. They broke into an armory near Spanish Fork. Of course, the dead horses have their wooden war clubs. This type of .45 automatic pistol was designed by one of my tribe almost 400 years ago. Learning its use is a new a great deal. There are 3, make that 4 tribes here in Zion. In this camp, you'll find dead. They attack everyone who isn't a white. But as for why they are, they want to join Caesar. Most don't. It's been take the dead horses. We think they were originally refugees from a place called Rez, east of the Grand Canyon. They speak a combination of Rez and a language spoken by travelers who have visited. I was a translator years ago. The valley belongs to God, but no. Before I taught them how to hunt more. The Sorrows have many skilled hunters among them, but even though they can hunt a full-grown Yaoguai, they don't know. We wear more clothing than them and understand more about technology. The Boneyard, Phoenix, New Vegas, they're just places, metal and stone. New Canaan dies, but the tribe lives on. When the walls come tumbling down, right now, I wouldn't say that. Daniel is a spirit. We do, though the Whitelegs destroyed. All forms of currency are recognized.
What can I tell you? Best place to look for back when stuff is the taboo place. Lots of them around the valley. Places built by the folk. The handprints are a warning to keep out. Angry ghosts live. Lots of back when places. 3 I know of. A building down by the river called a fishing lodge. The old closer to home might be something you can salvage from the place where the little ones fell. In the river, there's a twisted pile of metal and glass, all full of bones. Joshua says they were scouts, but they looked awful small to me. Lots of that old stuff, how do you say it, electronics. Maybe you could use some of it.